We're going to continue where we left off, which was looking at the most important functions of the hardware user interface, and we're going to start with some basic recording. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold Shift and hit Clear to get rid of the pattern that's already there. And now when I hit play, there's no playback because there's no pattern. Now to help us get started, I'm going to switch on a metronome. Now the metronome label is right above the play button, which means we can access it by holding down Shift and pressing the play button. So now it's active and you can hear it when I press play. And now I can try out some pattern ideas. Okay, so say I'm quite happy with that pattern right there, and I want to begin recording. I can just press record, and then press play, and we're now in record mode. Now, we can also hold down Shift, and then press record, and that will give us a 1-bar count-in before recording begins. So I'm going to use that now for my recording. Shift record. Now we can also punch in as well. So I'm going to come out of record mode, I'm going to hit play, and then when I want to record, I'm going to hit the record button. So for now I'm going to practice and find a pattern that I like. Okay, so I want to lay this down, so I'm just going to punch in by hitting record. And I can just keep adding, and that'll remain active until I switch it off. And I'm just going to switch off the metronome as well by holding Shift play. Okay, so that's good. Now the next thing I want to do is find a suitable sound to show you note repeat. Note repeat is right up here next to the main encoder. I've actually got it pinned so I don't have to hold it down. More on that later, but in this mode I can just hold down a pad and it will continuously repeat the note for me. And if you take a look at the right screen here, you'll see we've got some different resolutions too. Now one really cool thing about note repeat is the pad remains pressure sensitive. So while you're holding it down, you can still vary the velocity of each note. And that is via the pressure you put on that pad. Okay, so let's actually take a look at erasing entries now. Now if you're not happy with the very last thing you did, you can hit Shift and undo, and that'll undo your last entry. Okay, now there's also an easy way to erase specific events. So let's say we want to get rid of all the events related to this pad here. So you hold down the erase button and you hold the pad. What happens is as the playhead goes over these events, it will start to erase those events, but only while you're holding the pad down. Okay, so before we leave note repeat mode, let me just show you a couple of the other options here. So what we have up here is lock. And what this basically does is it keeps note repeat on whether we're in the note repeat screen or not. So I'm going to come out of note repeat now, and you'll see it's still active. So if I switch that off and I come out of note repeat, the pads will act as normal. So again, I'll switch lock on, and I'll come out of note repeat mode, and you see that it's still active. Now we have another mode here, which is hold. And what this does is it just keeps the note repeat active once you've pushed a pad until you turn it off. Okay, so I think we'll take a break here. We've just basically gone over all the critical functions on the left. In the next video, we're going to be taking a look at the center section here, the pads. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care.